first of all, I didn't know he'd done it 42 out of 48 times or something. You said like that,
Yeah,
42 out of
I'm gonna
49.
look up the stat just because like I don't want people to quote me and then get mad at my mentions
Get,
again. You know?
but yeah, so it's
Yeah,
just one of those
they,
things
they
where
said
like,
this is what United report said. Brentford has subbed on a center back in 42 of his 49 games in charge.
you see, that's crazy. That's genuinely insane.
Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Good morning. I'm your host, Tosin. Welcome along to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the Manchester United edition. I have my co-host, Tommy, with me. Tommy, how you doing today? Love the jersey, by the way.
Thank you. Listen, that's the only reason I'm doing good. I have this beautiful jersey, Mino on the back, long
Yeah,
sleeve, of course. But yeah,
beautiful.
besides that, I don't know what else happened today. I'm just debuting my beautiful jersey. What about
Hey,
you?
listen, man. I'm trying to find my water so I can, not die of thirst over here. But I'm doing well, my
Imagine.
brother. I can't complain. I'm still laughing because I saw some things in my mentions before we get started. And I want to, you wanna talk first? Or
Yes, yes,
yeah.
I'm about to say, okay, so like me and you, we're friends like off this. So we talk a lot. We talk about everything. So we've spoken about Amorim in ad nauseam. Like we've spoken. And I remember you've told me, what, stay calm, like let's see what he does and all that stuff. But I'm gonna tie in like my own personal background too. I went to school for STEM, like I'm a physical and mechanical engineering major. I'm smart. And something the discipline has always taught me is once you're presented with new information, you say, okay, I'm gonna adjust my viewpoint accordingly. We've been presented with new information on Amorim. Why are you people still backing him, trying to do gotcha moments? What are you doing? You've had 32 game sample size and you're still trying to do, oh, but you said, but you said, but you said. I was one of the people that was saying, yeah, get Amorim in from Sporting. Let's get him in. I was excited to get him. I was like, okay, he's a good manager. He's young. Give him time. Then we gave him time, and I saw what I saw. I said, yeah, no, I've been presented with new information, so I'm shifting my hypothesis and I'm shifting my results. The data was presented to me, so I was able to adjust my conclusion. That is what you dumbasses need to get. Like, it's ridiculous.
See, I wasn't that mean. I just wanted to say for those of you who were my mentions earlier today, trying to do gotcha moments, I understand we're all frustrated. I get it. Like all of us as United fan base, we talk a lot of shit. We watch a lot of games. A lot of us, some of us are more tactically sound than other people. Understand that. But you're not gonna have a gotcha moment with me because I'm just gonna laugh. Because one, I don't see my mentions. Two is just like again, I shifted my perspective. I shifted when I was really new information. I was like, okay, he got hired in November. It's gonna be a rough onboarding into the Premier League. I was like, all right, we'll at least give him till this season. I personally wanted to get rid of him after we lost to Tottenham, but I wasn't making a big fuss because I was just like, you know what? Let's see what happens if he gets new players in. He's been very stubborn with his formation. He changes his center back, which he's done 42 out of 49 times in the matches he's
I
coached.
did not know that. What
Yeah,
the? Oh my God. Even in Football Manager, I don't sub out center backs.
he's done that 42 out of 49 times. So it's like I'm presented with new information. So what I said in March, what I said in February, or whatever I said in January, does not last in September because a lot of things have shifted. So I'm not going to be stuck on point A when point B has quickly shifted. Does that make sense? Or maybe I'm just high. I don't know. But what I'm just trying to say is that we've been presented with new information, Ruben Amorim. He's not what we thought he was. We got hoodwinked, we got bamboozled, all the things, and he's not a good coach. And point blank period, he has to go. I don't know what else to say. For those of you want an apology saying that, oh, like whatever, I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry.
No apology. No, you people are idiots. Stop it. He's being political. He's being correct. I'm gonna be mean to you guys because you guys are being very stupid. That's the one thing I hate. I hate stupidity. All right, stupidity and ignorance. Not being able to change to adapt your viewpoint. It's what leads a lot of you guys to be where you are in life. Losers. Okay, get that through your head. Stop.
Yeah, see, I'm not mean, guys. I'm not calling anybody a loser. I'm just saying that we're all frustrated. Okay, we love this club. We all love Manchester United. We all understand what's going on right now is not fun. The Premier League tweeted a minute ago, since Ruben Amorim's first match in charge in November 2024, no team has conceded a first goal in more Premier League games than Manchester United, 21. Whew, boy, we've been savage. Okay, let's get into the shirtless plantain show right now. Um, Tommy, what were your thoughts on the starting 11 when you first saw it?
I mean, again, it was what was like expected from him. It wasn't the smart lineup, but it's what was expected from him. The
Mm-hmm.
Ugarte, Bruno midfield, of course. Him dropping Euro for 2 games in a row for no reason, whatever. Also, him, I'm sorry, I don't know what's up with him and this new goalie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's time for him to get a look in because Bandier is jumping for that third goal. Did it take a deflection? Because it looked like he jumped out the way, but we'll get into that later. But the lineup, it was what's expected from Amorim, but I absolutely disagreed with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Do you know when I knew Manchester United lost?
why?
Last week or whenever we announced that we were wearing the third kit. So I was like, oh yeah, we lost. The last time we went to Brentford and we wore our third kit, the green joint,
4-0.
we lost 4-0. So that doesn't bode well to me. And then I saw we were wearing yellow socks and yellow shorts, which I wasn't really mad at it. It looked kind of good.
It did. It did. I
Yeah.
can't lie.
We
It
did a
did.
reverse Dortmund, but it looked good. So hey, that's all I had to say. And I saw the third kit, and I saw because the kits and the what's it called in itself, the kits, and
Yeah.
then the lineup. So I was just like, yeah, I already know what I'm signing off for today. I already woke up at 5:45. I don't know why my spirit said wake up. I was up. I was just doing adult stuff around the apartment, cleaning up, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna lose today, but guess what? I'm gonna be calm.
Yeah.
I already knew. In the eighth minute, Brentford scored an amazing goal. Thiago, like that goal was obscene. Harry Maguire tried to step up and try to play offside trap, which Harry, you're not that quick to be doing that.
You're
Got
not.
he
You're
got caught,
not.
and that finish was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
what
Nah,
would
the
you have to say
general
about
that finish was sensational. Like that was no qualms. I mean, no, I have lots of qualms, but the finish itself sensational. But
it?
like you said, Maguire, you're not that quick. Also, this is me nitpicking like crazy. Guess who gave away the ball for that goal?
It was Ugarte. But we can talk about we'll talk about the midfield eventually
Yeah,
because again, I as much as I don't think Ugarte is good, I also think Ugarte and everybody else in the team has been taken advantage of in a sense.
that's a
I
that's a
think that this
question. That's a question I was gonna ask you, but I'll let you finish.
I think that this midfield and this whole entire formation, this system, which I try to give him time to adapt to the Premier League, and now I realize he's stubborn and this is all he wants to do. This is why I don't want him out. One of the many reasons I want him out, in addition to the stats, is it exposes everybody and it makes platforms nobody. There's not a single person who is platformed in this team. Everybody looks bad. The three center back system does not look good. The wing backs cannot get up and down fast enough. They cannot find crosses when they're your creative outlets. He loves to this game randomly decided to progress the ball through the middle, but usually more times than not, it's out wide, up high, pressing and keep them. There's no progression through the midfield. And what happens oftentimes is when Ugate's paired with a Bruno Fernandez is not a deep lying center midfielder. He needs to be up there. So Ugate's playing 1 versus 3. He already is a scattered hector brain player. So now he's alone in the middle of the field, turning the ball over, which leads into goals like the first one we saw. So again, you can blame the players. I understand what's saying there's no fight, there's no this, there's no that. How can you fight when you're already tired because you're chasing your life 95% of the game? You're literally fighting and dying for your life on the line every single game that you're playing. Then when your midfield is exposed, your defenders are high up, your center backs, so they're exposed. Your wing backs are out of position. Your tens aren't getting onto the ball. They're frustrated. Your strikers not getting the ball. So long story short, everybody is suffering. And you're starting to see it in the 12th minute. Matheus Cunha had a shot on goal. He's trying to do hero ball. 16th minute, Bayern had two really good saves. Really like going for that.
Yeah,
But in the 19th minute, Bayern was full Bayern because he had a ball, he parried it right into Igor Thiago, and it was 2-1. And after that point, it was 2-0. It's like, we're not going to win this game. I
yeah.
don't care if we score or not, which 26 minutes, Seshko's got his first goal, which, by the way, I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody's party or make any jokes, whatever, but this 007 thing that everybody's
I
been
hate
doing,
it so
it's so
much.
corny, it's so lame, it's so whack. It was only funny one time, and it barely was funny then.
And the main reason it's not funny is because Sky Sports did it. You guys are because Sky Sports wasn't gonna start. Most people don't know they started with Sancho. They're the people that started it. That's not you're not some meme page on Twitter. You're a respected sports outlet. Come on, bro. Like it's ass. It's bad. I don't even do it for other players, for other teams' players. It's garbage. It's not good.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just like they Twitter jokes, you know,
Yeah.
is that side of Twitter joke. It's not funny. Like it's really not because someone like Shesko is trying. If you watch enough games, you can see that Shesko is actually like. And the funny thing about Manchester United, we'll talk about this later on in full.
Hmm.
This club is actually a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 type club. Like this is where United should be. Like they have enough players to run that, but that's neither here nor there. 36 minute Cunha had another shot on goal. He didn't release Bruno this time. I saw that in the
Yeah.
36 minute. I was like, Cunha, you were holding on to the ball way too long. He did that a lot today, where head down dribble. And it worked for him at Wolves because he was the one, doing that. It was like, yo, you're the team now. You got to pick better passes. You got to look up. You got to do better. And he hasn't been doing that. 39th minute, Bruno didn't control the ball and it went out with a bounce for a throw in. And you saw how frustrated he was. Bruno has not been playing too well this season. You want to talk about Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna double back to your point of like the players not being platformed. So I try to take it. I'm not gonna be. I try not to be as hard on Bruno as I could,
Sure.
but God, he has not been good. It's
Mhm.
been bad. And the two penalty misses, just they aren't they aren't proof that he's been bad, but they're just adding to the pylon because like in open play as you watch him, you just see no possession, no like attempt to keep the ball. He loses the ball very easily, plays a lot of passes into like channels that's just not ideal for the attackers, and it's just not it. It's not it. This is like again, I'm giving him some grace because he's not a center midfielder. Like I say, he's not a deep lying midfielder. He needs to be as close to the goal as possible behind the striker, just creating chaos. But God, he has not been good this season. And I was saying this to coach last week after the Chelsea game. If you're determined to keep Bruno as an eight, you should have just sold him. You should have just sold him for that 100 million. That would have been the best option. All right. Like if you know you're not gonna play him as one of the tens, you should have just cashed in and then use that money to attack, to go for midfielders early in the summer who can play the role you want them to play. Because this is not it. It's not it. And I'm sorry, as a head coach of a big club like United, as a head coach who's coached at Sporting, who has their coaching badges, you should be able to see this. This is something you should be able to see that, yeah, Bruno in that position is not helping himself or the team. So no, Bruno has just not been good.
Yeah, it's been frustrating to see, and he's our captain, he's our leader, and we'll talk more about him as we progress in the show. But halftime came up, and there was no changes. Did you have any thoughts of halftime or what you saw or anything
I
at
mean,
halftime?
at halftime, I'm not gonna lie, I would have taken off Cunha because I was like, you could see the type of game he was gonna have. I would
Hmm.
just taken off Cunha, pushed up Bruno, and then brought on Mino because I do, contrary to popular belief, like you said, Ugarte may not be the best player, but I think he's still a useful player. Like
Yeah,
he can be useful in this team. So a midfield of Ugarte and Mino, I think would have worked and pushed up Bruno, but like no changes at and no changes at halftime. Like it was expected because like it's more of the same from him. Like he's stubborn. His subs are always his subs are bad most of the time. Like he just doesn't have good in-game management. So I didn't expect much.
yeah. So 45 minutes, we already conceded a set piece early. It was a throw in, because that's Brentford's main thing. 51 minute, Cunha had a shot on goal. 62nd minute, Bayern had a save. And there was really good passage of play that second shot that they had. So it
Yeah.
was Kevin Schade was 1-on-1 with Dalot. We found Dango
Hmm.
Otara, and Otara's shot would say was really, really good football for Brentford. Which, by the way, give Brentford their things. I know Keith Andrews is a set piece coach, but he's been doing pretty well for them this year. I'm not gonna lie, like they look better. Igor Thiago looks good. They've got Kevin Schade in now. Dango Otara scored for them, so they look better. Not Better's not the word I want to say. They look spry. They not look as bad as I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah.
Um, because they've been showing things, and I saw them against Chelsea. I was like, oh, okay, there's something here with them. Okay, fair enough. So give them their things. In the 65th minute, Man United did make subs. It was Lenny Yoro and Kobe Mainu. And Kobe looked really good. I know people are going to blame him for the last goal, but again, it goes back to my point. What I'm saying is that when your midfield is consistently crowded and you got a midfield pivot of Bruno and Kobe Mainu, what do you expect to happen? Anyways, Cunha found he found Embuemo, and
Uh-huh.
that's how United got the penalty. And it was a long wait, a very long wait,
Yeah,
which they looked for a dog toe, which is a denial of obvious goal scoring chance, and there wasn't no red card. 4 minutes, Bruno misses penalty. You could tell Bruno's frustrated. I think you can look in the eyes of these players and tell like they're all generally just angry,
angry.
frustrated,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to be, where to be. And I get it. I understand where the players are coming from, but my brothers and sisters in Christ, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So I keep looking down everybody. I'm looking for Ruben Amorim quotes. I'm waiting for him to say stuff, and
Say
he
something
finally said stuff.
stupid.
Yeah. Then the penalty was saved, and United were huffing and puffing, and Brentford really like didn't have to go into second or third gear. They were just in 1.5 gears. They're like, we'll get to you guys. And in the 95th minute, 96th minute, Brentford scored a goal, and it was a beautiful goal. And again, I'm not trying to rehash the whole game because what basically you saw in this game is everything you've seen in the last 10 months of Ruben Amorim's reign. It's more of the same. It's nothing really to change. Same substitutes, same platitudes, same everything. And it just gets to a point where it's just like, what more can I say? What more can
And
you go good?
like you said, I'm so glad you said more of the same because I'm gonna shout out my homie here, Rico. He loved the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But on Wednesday, we were texting because remember when the quotes from Sporting fans like way back when like were resurfacing about him being stubborn and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, watch, we're gonna lose to Brentford. I said that on Wednesday, and he was like, oh, absolutely. You can tell, like he was like, absolutely. The way people are acting
Chelsea.
after the Chelsea win, the
Mm-hmm.
same way they acted after we pushed Arsenal. He was like, we're absolutely gonna lose. He's become so predictable
Yeah.
in how he, like you said, I knew he was gonna sub out a center back. First of all, I didn't know he'd done it 42 out of 48 times or something. You said like that,
Yeah,
42 out of
I'm gonna
49.
look up the stat just because like I don't want people to quote me and then get mad at my mentions
Get,
again. You know?
but yeah, so it's
Yeah,
just one of those things
they
where
said
like,
this is what United report said. Brandon has subbed on a center back in 42 of his 49 games in charge.
you see, that's crazy. That's genuinely insane. Cause And so it's just situations like that where you can just tell, like, bro, you're just not what you're just hitting your head against the wall and it's not working.
Hmm.
You change the approach. And also, I'm even this again, this is me nitpicking, but I don't care. Even going up to him having two goalkeepers on the bench, that's crazy. That's not okay. That's a chance for you can bring up a youth player on the verge of the first team. No, Cheeto Obi can't get minutes there because
Shit.
it's not like he uses Xerxes. I looked up the minutes. Xerxes played 8 minutes against Grimsby. That was his first game of the season. Then he played 30 minutes against City and like I think a couple minutes against Fulham too. Or no, the Fulham game was before. But and then I looked up Mino's minutes too. Mino didn't play the first two games and then got like a couple minutes here and there. But like it's just one of those things where wait, can you still see me?
Hmm.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I thought my so it's just one of those things where I'm like, you have a method that you're just saying it has to be this, it has to be this, it has to be this. It's not working. It's not working. You need to try to switch it up. Being a manager means you have to be adaptable to your surroundings. You have to switch it up. You have 9 wins in 32 games. I coach high school. I coach a high school varsity. If I presented them 9 wins in 32 games, do you think I'll still have a job?
No.
Generally not. So you cannot tell me like, and then people who are backing them saying, "Oh, it's all on the players, it's all on the players." All these losses. He's lost more than half of the games he's managed, right? So one, two, three. Hell, even I'll say maybe up to like 5, 6, 7 losses. You can blame on players, but once it becomes a pattern, I'm so sorry. It goes above the players. And high key, it goes with the manager too, but it goes above the managers too. All right. Like you always say, the Glazers, it starts with them. All right. But I'm looking at the different people above Amorim. The blame starts from them up. Once it becomes a pattern, it starts with that. You cannot just continuously play, oh, this player suck, this player suck. Most of y'all wanted Rashford out. Rashford is gone, right? Now we have Cunha and Mbeumo, who are good players. I'm not slighting them. You cannot keep saying it's the players. You guys said Hoyland was garbage. He wasn't the best, right? We got Seshko in, and now you guys are turning on him too. You guys wanted new center backs. We have center backs. After a while, you have to look. It's the system. This system is not platforming the players correctly. And that was the question I was going to ask you, but you pretty much answered it. Has there been a single player that's been platformed correctly, that's been made better?
From Ruben?
No. Yeah.
No, there hasn't been a
No.
single player I've watched at
No.
Manchester United Football Club has been gotten better because of Ruben Amorim. And I constantly say this, and I'll consistently say this, right? You know what I've said about where Man United's issues of late. I've said this
Yeah.
since I was 14 years old. I am a grown man at this point in my life. I've said this for
Mm-hmm.
21 years. Wayne Rooney said something the other day when he's talking to Rio Ferdinand. When Rooney said, I asked the owners in 2010 who was going to replace Carlos Tevez and Cristiano Ronaldo, and he said, I still have not gotten an answer in 2025. This is a guy who's a guy, okay? Rooney's not
Yeah.
like just a jag and just any guy. Rooney is on every level should get a statue at Manchester United. Rooney should, Ronaldo should. Like, these are sort of level of talent that Rooney is, right? Like, where Rooney is
Mm-hmm.
up there with the Dennis Laws and the Bobby Charltons, and like, he's in the annals of Man United history, right? Like, that's what Rooney
Yeah.
is. He's one of the greatest United players to ever play. When your greatest player at the time in 2010 is asking your owners board, what are we going to do to replace the guy who won Ballon d'Or and the other guy who's just as good but went to City? What are we going to do? The writing should have been on the wall for you guys. So when I see people blame Ineos, right? In as much as bad as Ineos has been, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they haven't been good, because they haven't,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is a much bigger thing in the way. And I say this as a Baltimore Ravens fan. I've seen a lot of Ravens fans complain. I'm going to do some cross-sport comparisons, which I hate. I've seen Ravens fans complain about Eric DaCosta and the way the Ravens are ran. That is a special run for franchise. If Manchester United would run like the Ravens, I would not be worried at all. But the problem right now is that you have a bunch of guys who are too scared to admit that they made a mistake. Get rid
Mm-hmm.
of the guy. There's too much season left for you to save. Let him go. Okay, we tried a young manager. We tried something new. It didn't work out, and that's okay. Again, I'm going to refer back to dating. You're not going to marry every single man or woman or whatever you identify with that you date. You know, I'm being very inclusive here. Whoever you identify with and what you date, not every single person is going to be your person. You date
Mm-hmm.
until you figure it out, or you take breaks in between dating so you can figure you out. Right now, Manchester United need to take a break from dating. Okay, you have tried so many different managers since 2013. You have tried so many different methods. Take a break from dating. Okay, here's what Man United should do. They should have a rotational coach every week until they can figure out themselves. Okay,
Literally, do some like next stuff from the MTV Next. A new manager 1 week. I now working. You're done. Like
United
every
have to
time.
go back to like the real 2000s dating shows, man. Like, you see somebody come off the bus, next. You don't even want to,
Next, you
nope,
feel me?
nope.
At halftime is the football looking bad. Get out. You're done.
No,
Like,
we're
come
doing one
on.
game contracts now, okay? We're gonna figure it out because this just doesn't make any sense. It's like you got rid of Dan Ashworth, who you were thirsty for. You got rid of so many different people. Now you're trying to figure out. It's like, yo, what is the issue here? Jason Wilcox said out of his mouth, I didn't realize how big the old Man United job is. Well, what do you think it was?
It's United. What did you think was gonna happen? And like you said, they got rid of Dan Ashworth. And I remember I was reading an article that said when they were hiring managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Ashworth was one of the people that was like, "This squad we have is built for 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Maybe we shouldn't go get a three in the back manager." And now he's gone. And looking back, hindsight is 2020. But even I don't think it should have been hindsight to say that. I don't think it should have been hindsight to be like, guys, let's not get a manager whose system completely depends on Again, a whole new set of 11 players right now. And if the club is as broke as they say, where you guys got to fire lunch ladies, I would think it would be the smart option to listen to them and maximize what you have in-house.
Here's my thing, and it's always going to be my thing. Any coach, and you go through the interview process, the main question you should ask them: how do you feel and how do you view midfield? That is the
Mm,
question Manchester United need to ask every single manager going in now, because for the last 12 years, it seems like they don't want to buy midfielders. They put square pegs in
mm-hmm,
round holes.
mm-hmm.
We have Fellaini playing damn near as a striker with Rooney playing as midfield. So we've always had these midfield issues. At this point, the question has to be, what are you going to do about the midfield? What are you going to do about the academy? And how do you handle pressure? Because this
Yes.
job is beyond pressure. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this job is a vacuum. Ruben's turning bald already. I'm seeing bald spots in his head, and he's only been here less than 12 months, and he's
I'm
already
about to
turning
say,
bald. He's
it
got
hasn't been a
gray
full
hair and
year.
bald, and that's what United does to people. So it's you got to ask the next coach, like, yo, what do you feel about midfield? What do you feel about pressure? What do you feel about the academy system? What do you feel about the media going to constantly be in your business? What do you feel about 24/7? You're going to be stressed because it's not an easy job. Okay, Man United is always going to have somebody who wants to coach them because Man United, again, like I said
It's
with Brent,
Manchester United.
is Manchester United, is the bad bitch, and everybody wants to have the baddest, even though she does not want to be saved. It's like that's the problem. It's like I don't know what other language to use to try and be colloquially nice about Manchester United's situation right now, because this is another podcast episode we've had a billion different times between you and I alone, at least. But at this point, it's hilarious because everyone can see it, whether you are a journalist, whether you are a casual fan, whether you're a fan that sees all the time, whether you're a hater, it doesn't matter who you are. If you pay any little attention to Manchester United, because sometimes it will happen, you'll see it, because United are everywhere. You know that they're in dire straits right now,
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter what statistic you want to pull out about Ruben Amorim. It's not good.
bro. This has statistically been the worst manager for United in history, right? He still can't win back-to-back games in the Prem. Never done that. That's crazy. He doesn't
Hmm.
have 10 wins in the Prem in 32 games.
Do you know how
He
many
has
wins
a
he has in his last 15 Premier League matches?
three, three. He
A
has a worse record than Graham Potter, who was just fired, by the way. They fired Graham Potter, and he has a worse record than him. All right.
Bro, 17 defeats in 33 matches. You have literally lost more than 50% of the matches you've managed in your Manchester United career. That is obscene. He's got 32 points from a possible 99. He's
Fudge.
That is not good. 17 defeats in the Premier League, 32 Premier League points in 35 games, 1.38 points per game. Like, I'm looking down at my phone because I'm not believing the stats that I'm seeing. Like, this is actually obscene. And it's just one of these things where it's just like, yo, what more can we say? Like, what more can
Like,
we say?
I just want to know, like, what else do people? First of all, I'm not even talking to the board no more. I'm talking to the fans because
Hmm.
I've gotten in legit arguments with people who are defending him, saying we can't keep firing managers. We absolutely can, and we should.
That's the
Madrid
problem.
have had more managers than us in
That's
the since Sir Alex Ferguson left.
that's the problem, is the fact that fans keep holding on to this traditional way of doing things. There's only one Sir Alex Ferguson.
One. And also, let me stop this myth, okay? Oh, it took Sir Alex Ferguson up until his third year to win the FA Cup. When Sir Alex Ferguson came in, I think we were like 16th or something, and he took us from like 16th to 8th, okay? When Ruben Amorim came in, I think we were 5th or 6th. He took us from 6th to 15th. That's the opposite. He's not Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson, the second season, he finished in the top 4. Amorim's second season, he's 13th. There's not a parallel here. But if we had fired Sir Alex Ferguson was showing you something that you could back him.
And
You was showing
also,
you, like, this guy lost to Spurs in a final, and Spurs fired the manager that won them the European final.
and here's the thing, it was different times in the 80s and 90s, right? It was a much different time. United don't have United weren't the big. They were a big brand, but not the brand that they are today than they were in the
Yeah,
'80s. And there has to be a standard of excellence where you haven't seen a Premier League title since 2013. You haven't you haven't been consistent in Champions League. You haven't been in Champions League in the last 2-3 years. At some point, you have to just put your foot down and be like, yo, when results are bad, you can't keep doubling, tripling down on the option that you have right now. It's like, let it go.
yeah.
Benfica lost to Qarabag in the Champions League and fired their coach immediately.
And mind you, I think they only have like one loss or they're undefeated in their league.
Yeah, no, they saw one defeat in the Champions League. That's it. It's got to
Yeah,
go.
they said nah.
Lever,
They
Lever,
said
Leverkusen was sort of right on the wall in the summertime, tried to give Eric Ten Hag time. And it's like, no, we're not doing this. Fenerbahce, enough of Jose Mourinho. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had enough of him in Besiktas.
Besiktas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it's just like United fans, and I understand that the sentiment. You don't want to see somebody lose their job who's out there in the market, bro. You gotta let things go, and this is a life
yeah.
lesson as well. It's like you cannot keep holding on to things if it's not serving you well. It's not. This goes for everything in life: friends, music, movies, whatever it is. The city you live in, the woman you're dating, the man you're dating, the person you're dating. Excuse if I'm mispronouncing your pronouns, but in general, if things aren't working and you see it, stop adding and pouring into it and back away. It's okay to quit. I
I
promise you.
promise you,
I
it's
promise
okay
you.
to walk away.
It's okay. Okay?
Like
It,
it will hurt. It sucks. Absolutely. But it's for the betterment. Like this whole we can't keep firing managers. Why not? Generally tell me how you're defending a guy who has a 25 win percentage in the Prem as a United manager. He's a Manchester. This is not, no disrespect to them. This is not Sheffield Wednesday. This is not, hell, this is not even Brentford, who we just lost to. You are managing Manchester United, home of the greats, like you said, the Holy Trinity, Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, god dang. George Best, there we go. Rooney's, Ronaldo's, Rio, Vidic, Scholes. These are the people that have come through the halls of this club, and you're acting like this some yeah club. He has a 25% winning. He has a 25% winning percentage. That's not okay.
and
You
this
cannot defend that.
this goes back to my original point of what we talk about all the time. It's like you have to know that you're Manchester United Football Club. At some
Hmm.
point, they got to look in the mirror and put their big boy pants and big boy shoes on and realize that, yo, we are who we are. We have to operate in that mode. And they're not operating in that mode. And they have to realize, like, yo, we are who we say we are. We have to behave like that. When you're behaving like you're just any club, this is why people
It's
make jokes about you. This is why Premier League can tweet about these stats because you have no self pride and self worth in what you are and who you are, and that's what Man United owners need to come in and realize. Like, hey, we are the big dogs here. Okay, we are who we are, and that's what they have to come to the point to realize. And I think that the writing's on the wall for Ruben because you can keep trying and trying and trying to try and make it work, but it's not going to work. We all
it's
know that.
not.
He knows it. We know it. You're just delaying the inevitable, and that's what it is. Do you want to get into some quotes from Ruben?
Yep, let's hear it.
Ruben Amorim on how to achieve team consistency. We have to work on everything. All the goals we conceded today, we worked on them during the week. It's frustrating. We could do better with the ball. We have more of the ball. We have to understand how to calm things down when things aren't going our way. I know this team is capable of it. When everything is against us, we have to show character. More standard boilerplate stuff. We have to work on a lot of things. We missed a lot of crosses in the final third. We conceded a lot of goals. We conceded the goal in
Time out.
transition.
Real quick, I'm so glad he said something about the crosses. I almost forgot about that demonic entity called Diego Dallo. I told you people about him seasons ago, and I was called names. I was told, oh, but he's consistent. I told you guys about him. There was one time, first of all, Sheshko was like 6'5", jumps out the fucking gym. There was one time, it was 4 United players in a box. Dalot got the ball free. Just put a ball in the box, create some chaos. This man did a cutback to like Cunha, who was at the edge, looking in the box. Like Cunha, like what? Another time, Cunha ran down the wing, beat his man, give it back to Dalot. One time into the box, this man takes a touch and sends a cross out for a throw in. This he
He's not a wingback.
He's not a player. I hate him so much. Dalot has the technical and physical abilities to be the best fullback in the league. He is just on the spectrum. I'm sorry. That was rude. I don't trust that guy.
So you're saying he's Tin Man?
He,
You're
he
very
doesn't
rude.
He needs a brain. He needs a brain so bad. And Dogo on the other side, I'm trying to give Dogo grace because I do genuinely like Dogo. I do think there's a player there. And like again, he too, physical attributes, sensational.
Hmm.
His technical ability lets him down. Because I've seen a couple times where like that man can't complete a 5 yard pass to save him. I'm like, Dogo,
But
it can't.
But bro, this goes back to coaching and platforming your players in the right position, right? So
Yes.
if you know your player is technically deficient in one place and he has
Mm-hmm.
something else, how do you platform him to put him in the best position for him to thrive and him to make better decisions on the pitch? That's all down to coaching. That's all down to management. That's all down to his staff. That's all down to everybody having a big picture vision for everybody in the team. When you start putting people into positions that you in your mind thinks it works,
Yeah.
instead of the reality, this is what you're getting is a Manchester United team. It's hilarious to me because we've been ranting and raving about this for so long, but I'm just like, at some point, like I'm gonna say this in Europe, but I'm gonna say this again. Me like para me, I'm not gonna do anything to harm myself
Guy.
because of Ruben Amorim. I'm just like, bro, I see it. Jason Wilcox, you're there. Omar Barada, you're there. Sir Jim, you're there.
Yeah.
Glazer family, you're there. Everybody that has to make the decisions, let them go. You're watching what we see. We all have two eyes. Some of us have four because wear glasses. But all I'm saying is that we see the same thing. Okay, how you react to it, that's your problem. You're the one.
That's
You're
I'll
the
be.
big people, right? It goes back to what we're saying about Manchester United. Are you really Manchester United? Put your big boy shoes on and step on the table and be like, hey, we don't like what's happening here. Let's cut. But they're
Mm-hmm.
doubling down and trying to make this work. Ruben said something. It's always the same. When we win, it's not the system. When we lose, it's the system. Bro, it's always the system that you pick because
God, he's so arrogant. He's a prick. He reminds me of a Republican or like a toxic husband. That's how he moves.
yeah.
Like you're not smarter than everyone, bro. We don't piss. Fuck.
The thing is, back to what I was saying in the beginning about people in my mentions. Hey, listen, man, I get it. I know y'all can't find any of my tweets because you're not going to. But one thing I will say, and I'm not trying to call nobody dumb because we all watch this. We're all very passionate about our team. Not all of
Mm-hmm.
us, some of us aren't smart. We're all not smart about this. We're all going to make mistakes when we watch and analyze football. Football is a very passionate sport where we're highly emotional. I understand that. So I apologize if anybody felt like I was belittling them. That's not my point.
I
But
was.
again, shut up. I really like Ruben. Like, I really, really, really wanted him to work badly. But when you're presented with ideas, you're presented with facts, you're presented with hypotheses and all these things, he's the architect of his
Mm-hmm.
downfall. He's the reason why all of this is collapsing. You had
Yep.
carte blanche to take this team to another level, and you decided, hey, I don't want to do this, okay? I want to be stuck in my formation, the things that I do. Hey, listen, it's life. For every consequence and everything that you do, there's an action to your action. There's a reaction to your
Yeah.
action. So, if he wants to continue this way and not change the system and be gung ho in what he believes in, I'm not saying you're wrong to not believe what you're believing, but there's going to be consequences for that. And guess what that is? Termination. If United
I'll
have the
be.
stones too. So I don't know what else to say because we've waxed ad nauseum about this over and over again, but it's also one of those things where we're just like, it's hilarious at this point.
Hey, like it's so funny when like the entire group chat, the entire fan base just like, yeah, we're gonna lose. And they know about like the 40th minute. Anyways, my
Yeah.
king is in Barcelona tapping his head and scoring goals. I'm
Yeah.
good.
It's like it's weird, man. It's like at around the 60th, 70th minute, he's gonna change the center back. He's always gonna do the same thing. And I do believe that when Cunha in the first half before that goal, he was fouled, thousand
Yeah.
percent. But why is Maguire playing the man on side? It's you know.
Mind you, that's the same Maguire that got dropped for that. I mean, that Euro got. Hey,
You know
man, say, man.
what's the wild thing is our academy is so talented right now, man. There's so much genuine like talent in this academy where some of these players, I'm just like, when are they gonna break out? When are they gonna get an opportunity? We never know.
It's like Jim, especially midfielders too. Midfielders and attackers. We have so much of them coming through, and
Bro,
like this formation stifles them.
we've lost so many. Jimmy Garner is better than Ugarte. Max Oyedele,
Maxi, oh
Maxi should
wait,
have been platformed.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Maxi is 100 times better than Ugarte. So you guys may not. You guys may watch everything and say, "Oh, it's just James Garner. It's just James Garner." James Garner is a quality player. I know midfielders. James Garner can help this team. Should he be a starter 10 out of 10 times? No. Can he help this team off the bench? Yes. Can he start some games and help this team? Absolutely. Can Maxi? Absolutely. Look at Ethan Galbraith in Swansea. He can help this team. They're all better than Ugarte and cheaper, much cheaper.
I mean, look at what Barcelona has done because of the levers. They've had to play through their academy, right? Which is how you get a Lamine Yamal, you get a Gavi, you get a
Mm.
Pau Gasly, you get a who's the guy that just came back? Oh, it's gonna bother me
Oh,
so much.
oh, 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 oh! It's not Casedo. Is it Mark
Yes,
Casedo?
yes,
Yeah,
yes. That's how you get your talented players that come through the squad. That's how you get your, and I'm going through their roster again. Like Danny Olmo obviously was brought back. He came from the academy, but Mark Casado's another one. Um,
they're
Emar
this
Bernal's
left back. Yeah, this left back they have.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, Bowden needs a rest. This guy will step up.
And again, it's your academy is there to supplement your first team and raise things, right? If you're not using your academy, using two goalkeepers, then what are you doing? I don't like coaches who are cowards. I think that's the biggest thing about Ruben that I don't
Yeah,
like about him, that he's comes across as a very arrogant coward, and I don't like that. It's weird. Cunha said we must show character. We need to improve, improve, improve. There's only that word. Um, I don't like these platitudes. Yes, like we know, like you're playing professional sports. I understand that you have to fight. And Roy
yeah.
Keane said, I want to go smash somebody. I get it. That's what you should want to do. But at the end of the day, you have to be coached well.
Like again, I always go back to me being again. I'm not acting like me coaching a high school is the same as coaching Manchester United, but I can't just be out there and tell my players run, 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 run. No instructions. Oh, you have to want it. Want what? What's the goal? Huh? Is the goal to keep the ball? Is the goal to counter press? Is the goal to press them from the front? What is the goal? You can't just say we have to want it. We have to. That's not how that works.
This is not 1970s English football, man.
Like, bro, there's not no passion. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. It's absolutely necessary to have passion, of course. That should be the baseline. But then what else comes with that?
What's your technical ability like?
Can you pass? Can you turn? Can you receive the ball? Can
Can you
you play
look?
a proper through ball?
Can you look over your shoulders? Can you play a 5, 10, 15 yard pass with no issues?
Bro, that ref cam, he was scanning more than our midfielders. What are we doing? Hey, um, God bless, man.
So
God
it's
bless.
all of this is so funny because I'm literally looking at you and trying to find more quotes because I'm just like I cannot believe the things that these plays and these things like. Anyways, I do think Man United should go to. I mean, he had Mason Mount at left wing back instead of going to four three
Fuck
three.
off,
Bro,
man. That shit pissed me off so
I'm
bad.
starting to remember stuff that I purposely forgot. He had Mason Mount as a left wing back, man. This
And
man
they
has
did not
lost.
change the formation. He did not change the formation. He literally just put Mason Mount on and just said, "Go, go, go, Burr. Mason Mount, go Burr." Like, what are we doing here, guys?
He told that man to go run a slant route.
What did no? What did Michael Irvin say? Run that slant route over the middle, or go back to the or run in the hood. That's what he told Mason Mount.
Yo, just get Michael Carrick in. And this is going to be the way we end it. We're going to talk about Carrick and why I think Carrick should go be the interim at least. Carrick's son plays for the academy. So Michael Carrick's already like watching the 16s and the 17s and the 18s. He's very good friends with Darren Fletcher, who's also a
Also,
coach.
random. The U16s, U21s, they play a 4-3-3. By the way,
Every one of our academy teams plays a 4-3-3 or variation of it.
and
Um,
then the first team that. Eh,
so Carrick is also part of the club, another staple animal of the club, but a
mm-hmm.
very, very talented player who all the players who play with him love him. His son again plays in the academy. One of his good friends, Darren Fletcher, also plays in the academy. So Carrick is not a coward as well. Carrick is somebody who grew up under Ferguson, who grew up under Martin Yol, so like he's a very talented player. I don't know if he'll be a good long term manager, but I think right now what Man United needs is somebody to come in and just get the
Stable the
baseline.
ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the baseline in and get some wins in because it's not good, man. Like my number one choice is gonna obviously be Andoni Iraola. I think the world of him. I think Iraola is one of the best coaches in the world. Well, not in the world. I think he's one of the best coaches in the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
Let's not jump the cart right now, but
How do you feel about homie and ho, 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 the German guy with the weird beat?
Seb Honus.
Yeah, we go. I don't
How
know,
do I feel about
man. I don't.
Sabonis? Sabonis
Yeah.
is great. I just don't think Sabonis is ready to jump from Germany to England. So yeah, it's a big jump. I think a lot of people
Mm,
realize that like again, I hate to sound like this, but Manchester United is a very different kettle of fish than to
this
any
is
job. I saw Arsenal fan tweet the other day that we're the main characters of the league. I said, no, you're really not, but I respect your sentiment nonetheless. But this wasn't going to be Manchester United. Man United are always the protagonist, the antagonist. They're all the is. That's what they are. So
hated, adored, never ignored. That's
always,
there for a reason. I'm gonna get
yeah.
that tattooed on my chest, man. I'm lying. Please. Don't.
Do you
Tattoos
getting
are
it?
bad.
You got any coaches you want to suggest for Manchester United?
Honestly, wholeness might be my biggest one. Areola, whatever his name is, whatever him. I like him too. And I'm seeing Glasner again being floated around. I am wary. I am wary. I am wary of Glasner because he also plays the same formation. He's more tactically fluid, but I am wary. I'm not saying like we shouldn't get him or we shouldn't look at him. I'm just saying be aware, like just be cautiously aware.
Let me tell you something real
um,
quick about Glasner before we move on. You know how many games Crystal Palace has lost this season?
is
Do you
it
know what
zero?
minute it is right now in the Liverpool Crystal Palace game?
Let me guess. Don't tell me. Around the 30th, 35th.
38th minute. You know what the score is?
I'm 0-0.
1-0 Crystal Palace as we
Let's
talk.
go,
Let's not
Liverpool.
jinx it.
God,
Let's not jinx
yeah.
it. But again, it goes to show you that you can play whatever formation you want to. And okay, that's how we're gonna end it. You can
Mhm.
play whatever formation you want to play. Three at the back, four at the back. If you're gonna be crazy, play two at the back. You can. What
Hey,
matters is how good are you in possession, out of possession. How do you platform your plays and put them in positions to thrive? How do you also get your players to buy into what you're selling, and how do you as a coach adapt to your players as well? Ruben Amorim does none of that. Obviously, Glasner does. Arola does. Sabonis does. All the good managers right now know how to adapt to their players. They know how to create systems that their players thrive in.
bingo. Also, this is me being cheeky. Uh, See what Chavi's doing. See, just go knock on his door. I know. Listen, this is my rogue shout. Listen, I've been a Xavi and Iniesta fan as a player, as like the player. I grew up trying to be like them. I grew up loving them. This is just me being.
A
This
prick.
is the yes. This is the 12-year-old in me saying, "Let me see Xavi myself."
I was gonna say
Listen,
if you're in a Spanish manager, there's a guy who threw a pizza at Sir Alex who's doing pretty well at Como.
listen. I brought it up. You told me it's not gonna happen. Listen, they also told Shaq made 1-3 in his career. I throw a couple shots up. Let's see what happens.
They're actually tied to Cremonese right now, but hopefully Como
No,
pulls it
that
out.
that
But
Nico Paz guy they have,
he
is he
scored
still at
today, by the way.
Cuomo?
Yeah, he
He is
scored
still at
today.
Cuomo.
Yeah.
That's a baller, man.
You
Back,
know, he's such a 90s, 2000s player, Nico Paz. I love him so much. And he wears the Preds
bro.
too, and he wears number
Yeah,
10, and he still plays in that 10 position. Yeah, he's
proper,
fun.
proper.
He's fun.
Also, this is a rant because I'm gonna
Go
have
for
some
it.
fun while United are. Numbers matter. Numbers matter. One of the biggest reasons I dislike Mason Mount is him center midfielder wearing number 7. I don't like that. That's not acceptable. Sesko, why are you wearing number 30? Don't make me upset. Please, please, don't make me upset. I hate it so much. When Varane was wearing 19, it made my skin crawl. God, we cannot keep doing.
When
And when
Lindelof for
I'm
number 2,
Oh my days, my head was done. And that terrorist Onana, by the way, I know he won man of the match in his debut. You guys were like, "Oh, look, United's a problem." Go look at the rest of his games after that. He's the problem. Anyways, when he chose number, what was he wearing?
24.
20s? 24? Yeah, no. I don't care. Numbers, if I'm the manager, let my winger tell me, "Hey coach, can I get number 25?" No. Wear this 11 and shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not doing
Well,
this with you today.
I'm gonna add to your point, my real old man rant. I hate goalkeepers that wear short sleeves and wear long sleeves underneath. Disgusting.
Yeah, just wear long,
I
bro.
hate players who wear compression sleeves and on their short sleeve shirt. Be an adult and wear a long sleeve kit. Go get one.
If you are gonna, my thing is, if you are gonna wear compression sleeves under a short sleeve, it has to fully cover your arm. You have to be looking like you're, like
No,
aesthetically, it has to match. I'm
no,
sorry.
no short sleeve and then compression sleeves. Wear long sleeves or just wear short sleeves. Okay,
This
just
man,
disgusting.
this man said when it was cold, when we played in the cold, it was cold.
And last thing before I get out of here, center backs wearing colorful cleats and colorful boots. Go wear black.
Be a man.
Go wear black cleats. I want my center back wearing purple lavender fuchsia speed boots. Go put
Oh
on
yeah,
some
man.
Timberlands and go put on some Copa Mundials. Okay, put on some Nike Tiempo Legends, some Puma Kings.
There we go.
What's this nonsense that my center backs are wearing vapors?
We're losing traditions.
We're,
Okay, we're losing
That's the
traditions.
problem with football nowadays. These center backs think that they're midfielders. No, you're a man. You're supposed to tackle. Okay, shut up.
Literally,
Sit back there, wear your black boots, and shut the hell up. Okay, you're not
God.
a confidence player. Leave that for the wingers. Okay, you're the one
Literally.
who's supposed to be driving the team. You in the defensive midfielder. Okay, not this nonsensical. I'm gonna do is pass out the back. Shut up. Okay, what I want my when you know what? I'm not gonna go on this rant anymore. Tell me anything you want to add before we get out of here and we start making this podcast even longer than it has to be.
United Women, I think they play. Oh, they're not on international break. I think is it tomorrow they play?
I think they play
Cause I
tomorrow.
know, cause I know we drew with the Arsenal team last week.
We
We
play
should have beat
Liverpool
them.
tomorrow, 7 Eastern time.
I bet. We have to win that one. Rashford is still the greatest player to ever touch the field, and I'm actually random. I'm very happy for Dembele. He deserved it. Go him. He should have
Yeah, we
won,
never
not
talked
Yamal.
about that together.
Yeah, he should have won. He should have won. Yamal, as much as like Yamal's sensational, Dembele won a treble and was the best attacker on that treble team. Also, Vitinha finishing top three is a crime. Pedri is not 11th. And there's some dweeb on Twitter saying the only reason Salah finished fourth is because Africans, the rest of Africa doesn't like North Africans. Go no, let me not say what I was gonna say, but you're wrong. You're wrong. That's it.
All I know is at the end of the day, Dembele, once they won the Champions League by 5, everyone should have known that it was going to him to be the Ballon d'Or.
Easily, like
And
easily.
it's beautiful to see in a kid that we've watched. Well, I'm about to age myself. I've seen a lot of players whole entire careers and they won Ballon d'Or. So it's beautiful to see him do this.
Yeah,
Seeing him from Ren till now goes to prove one more thing. You see all those Ren boys that finished in the Ballon d'Or in the top 25. It was Rafinha, him, Garassi. There was another one I'm
yeah.
missing as well. Shop in League On.
Um,
Shop in League On. That's all I want to say. Shop in League On, the place of talents. If you want midfielders, League On got it. You want wingers, you got it. League On's got it. Center backs, they got it as well. Whatever you need, they got it. They the plug.
yeah,
Okay, go tap
yeah.
in with League On. We're out, everyone. Manchester United, if they do end up finding Ruben Amorim, we'll do a special. We'll be back next week because we have one game a week, and that means we don't get to talk as much to you guys. But that's a good thing because that means we get to live our lives. So if Man United are really pissing you off, ladies and gentlemen, please go find a hobby. Subscribe to the Shirtless Plantain Show.
Yes.
Message me with abuse if you like. My DMs are open, so if you want to abuse me, please.
If you abuse me, I will abuse you back. I am not a good person. I keep telling you people this, so don't come
Tommy
in my mentions.
Tommy's telling you he's not a good person. Me, I'm a trying man, okay? But don't try me.
Oh, boom.
And on that note, we're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe on all of our platforms, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. We're out. Take it easy. Peace.